This podcast contains discussions of mature themes, including violence, which may not be suitable for all audiences. Please proceed with caution. Listener discretion is advised.
There's a legend round here. A killer buried, but not dead. A curse on Crystal Lake. A death curse. Jason Voorhees' curse. They say he died as a boy, but he keeps coming back. Few have seen him and lived. Some have even tried to stop him. No one can.
Welcome everybody to Dark Talk. I am your host Dan and I'm joined by Paul and James. Guys, how's it going?
All good, all good. How are you?
I'm okay, thanks. Paul, what are you doing?
I was trying to scare you. I'm alright, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, yeah. All good.
Both. Oh, great.
Excellent, excellent.
Do you both feel better? Do your lives feel more enriched having seen Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood?
I'll save my review until the end, I think.
I didn't mind it.
Oh, really? Oh my god. So, yeah, didn't you say did you even remember seeing this one before?
So I saw it in my teens, but I knew like the Carrie thing and I didn't really remember anything else, but as it was happening I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. A few key moments of this film that we all talk about that definitely came back to my mind as I saw them. So yeah.
Well, before all that, let's how's your week been? What have you been up to?
I have got Mubi again, so I've been watching very good quality films on Mubi. What have I watched? I watched Die My Love with Robert Pattinson and Jennifer Lawrence.
I've not seen that yet, but I've just got Mubi as well to watch that. So
it's good.
Isn't it a pound for 3 months currently?
Yeah. That's why we
What else did I watch on there? I watched a film called Licorice Pizza, which was pretty good, with Philip Seymour Hoffman's son, who was like in his 20s. Thingy Cooper, can't remember his name. Pretty good film as well, pretty good.
Yeah, I've not seen that yet. So.
It's good. It's not like groundbreaking or anything, but it's very movie, you know. It's very quite stylized and sort of different. It's not like a typical Hollywood film, so what you sort of expect. I also started watching the film, which is one of the reasons I got it, was Harvest, the Scottish folk horror.
Oh,
if you've heard of it or anything.
I haven't seen that yet.
I haven't finished it yet because it was very, very dreary. And it was about midnight and I was like in bed. I was like, yes, let's watch this. But at the beginning, you get to see Caleb Landry Jones's butthole, which was nice. So I can say that I've seen that now. And then yesterday, for like a nice film night, I watched Ex Machina, which is absolutely fantastic, isn't it?
I saw that for the first time last year, actually, on a plane.
On a plane?
Yeah, I know. But I always, whenever I watch a film on a plane, I never tend to like it, but I did like that one. That's just, so good.
You'd probably like it more if you watched it like in a nice cozy room with good lighting and that. But yeah. How about you guys? What have you been watching?
I've really, really been slacking since we last podcast. I think the only film I've watched is Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. But fortunately enough for this time, Izzy watched it with me, and it was really good seeing her reaction. And like, I swear, when I show somebody a film, I'm like more like sensitive to how they react and stuff like that. Or like, you know, like if a film's really good, I'm like, yeah, it's really good. And then if it's really shit, you're like, oh. Yeah, that's it. I've just been watching that and The Office really at the moment. What about you, Dan?
I have been slacking as well with films. So I've just been watching Better Call Saul.
Oh well, yeah.
Because it's been a few years since I've watched it, and it's time. So yeah, digging it. And then I've got Breaking Bad to look forward to as well once I finish Better Call Saul.
Nice.
I'd say one film I did watch though. I watched Primates, the chimp. One? Yeah, the chimp that gets rabies and goes on a killing spree.
Nice.
Yeah. I thought it was.
Is it any good?
Yeah, I mean it's not great, but it's a good fun monster movie, and it's like really gory, really violent.
I forgot. I also watched a film in the cinema called Kangaroo, which was a kid's biopic of this Australian man who went from being a lawyer or something. No, he's a weatherman, something like that, to looking after baby kangaroos. It was shit. It was so bad. It was like a Hallmark film, but like the acting was even worse. But it was like, I don't know. If you were a kid and you watched it, you might grow up and be like, oh, what was that kangaroo film that we watched? We loved that, didn't we? But you know, for someone like myself, it wasn't. I'm not its target audience, so I can't really talk about it. But
did you say you went to the cinema to watch it?
Oh yeah, no, I go to cinema all the time to watch kids' films.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like, let me explain that because that sounds very fucking weird. I work with children, therefore I end up.
It sounded like that scene from Prisoners where he's like, "But you bought children's clothes," and he's like, "Do you have kids?"
No. Like just in case. I just want to get it clear. I work with children, therefore I end up at the cinema quite a lot watching kids' films. I've watched Zootropolis 2. I watched Elf at Christmas and Kangaroo and a few others. I can't even remember what they are now. But yeah, that's why I was at the cinema.
Ooh, I love Zootropolis. I haven't seen the sequel though.
I've never seen it. I've heard.
I haven't seen the first one.
Oh, you know, it's fucking awesome. Right, Dark Talkers. Let's talk Dark. So, gents, we are here tonight to discuss Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood, directed by John Carl Buechler, starring Lara Park Lincoln, Kevin Blair, Susan Blue, Terry Kieser, and Kane Hodder making his debut as the big man Jason. So, when did you guys first ever see this film?
I'll go first because I've already explained it, so I'll keep it short. Probably saw it when I was a teenager, and last night was almost a first time watch for me, and as it went on I remembered parts of it, and that is about it.
James?
Same, yeah, just saw it when we just had them all. I've seen it so many times, which now I think is kind of weird that I watched it so much, like given where it is on the rating thing. But yeah, probably 13 maybe.
This was the first.
This is one that we had on DVD.
I was just gonna say this was the first one we ever had on DVD.
Yeah, and one of the the special features was probably like the scene selection.
yeah, there wasn't much to it. Yeah, this is one of the later ones that we bought, and one I don't go back to that often. I'm not a massive fan of this, but we'll talk about it as we go. So, after the roaring success of Friday the 13th Part 6, which I think we all agreed was awesome, they of course they were going to do a new one. So the budget for this was 2.8 million, and it made back 19.2 million on the box office. So these are going to keep coming.
Oh, no way. What was the budget of Part 6 again, did we say? Do you remember? I think we did talk about it.
The budget for Part 3 was 3 million, and that made back 19.5 million, so about the same, pretty much.
Part 3?
Part 6, that was.
Yeah, you said Part 3.
Oh, did I? Sorry.
I said Part 3.
Yeah.
Sorry, Part 6 I meant. I'm all over the place tonight. Yeah, so this is basically, long story short, this is Jason versus Carrie. Paramount approached New Line and wanted to do a Freddy versus Jason film, but New Line refused. So we got Jason versus Carrie. What do you think of
that? I actually like it. I don't mind that bit of this film, like that storyline. I know it's like pretty crazy, but like the whole thing at this point is like pretty mad. I don't think that's the worst thing about this film, I'll be honest.
No, not at all. Yeah,
I would have to agree. I think in a world where Jason is now a zombie and he can't be killed, then bringing in other like superpowered people, you know, obviously not people who can fly and shit, but like someone who has telekinetic and psychic powers, that's absolutely fine. And I don't think they even handled it that badly. Like, I think it was okay, you know. There are problems with the film, but that isn't even the problem. And plus, like 7 films in, you've got to start going a bit into a different direction at some point, haven't you? Because what would this film be if she didn't have those powers? It would just be the exact same shit over and over again.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's a cool idea. And later on, towards the end of the film, when we do see all this telekinetic powers. That's the most fun part of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, best bit of Home Alone is obviously all the trap. Like, wait to that bit where it's dead good, and then it's, yeah.
Well, speaking of Home Alone, we'll see some Home Alone style capers for Jason later on.
Well, speaking of Home Alone as well, obviously R.I.P. Catherine O'Hara as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was in work and someone said to me, "Oh, you know Catherine O'Hara?" I was like, "Oh no! Like, why would anybody mention her out of nowhere?"
Yeah.
And then they said, and I was like, "Okay, I only watched her in The Last of Us like last year, just a few months ago." Dan, you said on that message thing, you've literally just been watching her in The Last of Us as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Damn."
I had been, yeah.
Yeah, I just finished watching The Studio as well, the Seth Rogen thing, the TV show.
Is she in that?
Yeah, she's in that as well. And I was like, damn, like, so she was working right up until the end, and she was obviously in New Beetlejuice as well.
She did Schitt's Creek as well,
Yeah.
didn't she, for years? There's like 7 seasons.
Yeah, that's
5,
really good.
7
Yeah,
seasons.
this is just started rewatching it now.
I'd never really
It
seen
is
her in
nice.
much else apart from Home Alone and Beetlejuice. That was pretty much all I'd ever seen her in.
She was in that film with Ice Cube as well, where they were like a buddy cops in LA.
What?
Have you never heard of that?
What, her and Catherine O'Hara and Ice Cube?
Seriously? Yeah. Came out in about 1999.
Fuck off.
I'm looking this up now. There's nothing. I can't find anything.
He's bullshit, that's why.
Oh,
Now you have that in your Google search for the rest of your life.
you want to see what the AI thing came back with? Based on recent search results, there is no direct professional collaboration or specific notable pairing of Catherine O'Hara and Ice Cube. Fuck it.
Rest in peace. R.I.P. to a real one.
I told some people were in work the other day talking about Stranger Things, and they were talking about, is it Dustin, one of the characters? I've only seen the first one.
Yeah.
And I just overheard, I just leaned in and I was like, do you know who his auntie is? They were like, no. I was like, Celine Dion. Oh my God. And then they started talking about Celine Dion and I just walked out the room.
What a bastard.
Is
it you that's changed the Wikipedia as well?
I wish I could, but then just show up.
Yeah.
See?
So, the film opens up with a voiceover explaining the backstory alongside clips from the previous films showing Jason's kills. Now, did this film just look noticeably darker to you? You know, it's like someone slapped a filter over the whole thing and just made it like grimmer and like grayer, you know?
Yeah. And there's like hardly any colour in it as well.
Yeah.
Also, I think this is true. You know who's the voice that is?
I do.
Walt Gorney.
Crazy Ralph, right?
Crazy Ralph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I found that, I was like, no way, like that voice sounds so good. And then I was thinking in my head, you know, he's like, just that shot of him in the first one. I was like, how is he doing that voice?
Well, he's an actor, James. He's not like Crazy Ralph in real life.
Wait, what? But I love this. I love this opening scene. This like montage is so good.
Yeah.
It's just like the part 4 one is sick as well.
I wasn't too keen on this opening montage. I didn't feel like it was needed, but
really?
I did appreciate the guy in the wheelchair flying down the stairs.
They always put that one in, don't they?
It's hilarious, but it's also very brutal as well.
It's fucking awesome. It's one of the best
very
kills of the
welcome.
franchise. So we see the end of part 6 where Tommy traps Jason at the bottom of Crystal Lake using that chain and boulder combo. And so we get to our usual opening credits, but this time it's just dramatic, generic, scary music. There's none of the Manfredini psycho score again in this one. They've dropped it. I miss it.
Yeah, it was still done by him though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it?
It was,
Yeah,
he just sort of toned it down
It's
loads.
like
Actually, something that was funny was as the music was playing, I was lying in bed watching it, and it was like dun 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 like that, right? In every gap, and my missus made a snore, so it was like dun 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 dun. And it was perfect, and I was just like, I thought it was very funny.
So we open up, and so we would come back from the credits, and Jason is still chained at the bottom of the lake, and yes, he's still got those yellow gloves on. Camera slowly lingered on. Yeah, he's got the gloves on.
He does.
Oh,
he does
right.
it.
But can you like see
during
through
that
him,
part.
like into his like? Can you see the skeleton on his hand and stuff?
At the moment, in this opening scene, he's got them on,
Oh.
verifying that it's not that much later from part 6.
Yeah.
But when we cut to the present day, he hasn't got them anymore. They've
He's taken them off.
dissolved.
Realised.
Or
He's listened to our episode.
It's just what the water's done to him, I think.
Because we get a shot of his hands later on when Tina collapses the house on him and his hand bursts up like Evil Dead.
Yeah.
So we're introduced to our main character, Tina, who is about 10 years old in this segment. So she overhears her parents arguing and she steals a boat and heads out onto Crystal Lake in the middle of the night. So her dad runs after her and begs her to come back, but Tina is not very happy and she uses her Jean Grey style telekinesis powers to collapse the pier, causing her dad to fall into the lake and drown. This won't be the last we see of this dude.
So, thinking now, timeline-wise, does that happen before part 6 then, right? Or does that happen when Jason's already down there?
The film opens with Jason
there,
under the lake, so it pans up to the house. So Jason is down there. So part 6 has happened, and then this film starts when Tina is 10 years old, and then it skips ahead like 7 years or something like that. So that puts this film in that sets this film in like the early 90s, which which it doesn't look like it is.
Yeah, it does, yeah. They've all got my hair in it. Even all the women.
But then that puts Jason Takes Manhattan in like 1998 or something like that, which again, like it's the most 80s film. I mean, if you want to fix the timeline, you could have this Tina flashback happening in the early 80s, and then Jason, and then when you skip forward 7 years or so, you could have it happen not too far from part 6. But yeah, the way it stands, it's definitely like, I don't know, 7 years in the future. Not that it matters.
So then, no, I know it doesn't matter, but so then they've done, so that part 6 happened, they've closed down the camp again and just built like private holiday homes there.
Yeah, must be.
You've put more thought into that, James, than they did, because they've obviously filmed it in a different place and they've just gone, we'll just use this house right next to where Jason was, because there's certainly no camp there at all, is there? It's just like a big house, a couple of big houses. But this was shot in Alabama or something, I believe. Meaning that the lake is more swampy and shitty looking as opposed to like the New Jersey style swamps, and that might have something to do with the colour tone of it as well. Maybe it's darker because the natural light there's different. I do not know. I'm just coming up with ideas.
Well, it's in this one. There's like it's the wood seemed like the Blair Witch wood. There's just like from memory. There's like no tree leaves or anything on the trees, so it's just like all winter. It just looks like the forest from the Mortal Kombat film as well.
Filmed in Mobile, Alabama, the home of Hardcore Holly.
Old spark plug.
Hardcore Holly.
Sparky plug.
The guy from the coffee shop in Friends. Gunther from Friends.
Yeah, okay, we jump forward in time and Tina is now older and she is undergoing treatment, quote-unquote, treatment from Dr. Cruz for her trauma. So they go back to her childhood home on Crystal Lake so she can face her fears. Now, this Dr. Cruz, he is an absolute arse. He is not interested in helping Tina. Like, he's like obsessed with her powers now. He can monetize it, the dick.
He was Bernie at Weekend at Bernie's, wasn't he?
Was he? The corpse.
The corpse, yeah.
He's trying to get her to move this matchbox, which she eventually does when she's stressed out. And then, like, she lights it up using her telekinetic powers, and he's like, I rest my case. And it's like, fucking, like, as if he's just won the argument. And it's like, you didn't win the argument. She called you out for being like a dickhead, and then you just like, I rest my case. I thought, don't you prick, as if you've won.
This guy is one of the worst people in this whole franchise.
He is, isn't he?
For me, anyway. There's like, I didn't know if it was going to come out later on in the film, but I feel like he's probably been molesting her, like, throughout her life. Like, the way he's so controlling and stuff, it's like,
yeah, he's definitely
he's horrible.
Definitely overstepped the mark.
Yeah.
So next door to Tina's house, we have the obligatory house full of teens who are just waiting to be slaughtered. I cannot for the life of me remember any of these names. Like, there's Nick, who is the main dude, and this just fantastic actor.
I gotta say, all the acting in this film is so fucking bad, I think.
It's fucking awful. It's atrocious.
It's the worst. I know they're obviously not giving much in the sense of like the scripted being any good either, so it's just like Izzy was just laughing the whole way through this, basically.
Well, I'll tell you who wasn't laughing. Me. I was like, oh, God. Every single scene, I was like, oh, is this film still on? So we get our teens. We get Nick. There's Melissa, I think, is she the bully?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm not going to name them all. I'm not going to name them all. I can't. So So after her argument with Dr. Cruz, a traumatized Tina, she runs to the lake, and in her emotional state, she accidentally resurrects Jason Voorhees. You know what it's like. You have a row with someone, you run to the lake, and you resurrect a super immortal zombie.
As you do.
Yeah. So Jason breaks free from his underwater prison, and he emerges from the lake. But how does he get out? Does he just literally just lift the chain off himself and out he comes?
No, she breaks it, doesn't she?
Oh, she breaks the chain. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. But then I was thinking, imagine if she didn't break the chain. I've shown you.
Point back to life, and he's just under there.
Yeah, just drowns again.
I think he was already alive. I don't think he was even dead. He's just down there and he just can't do anything.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Well, remember in the last film, Tommy had that occult magic book, which apparently Jason is weak in this area. It's where he died. I don't know. It's why he can't just snap the chain himself and float up.
Yeah.
What do you think of how Jason looks in this film?
The best.
Yeah, he looks fucking amazing. He looks so good. They did such a good job on his makeup here. It's fucking, and he's got his spine is exposed at the back, and he's got the chain around his neck. He looks fucking mental.
I was so glad that they left the chain on him the whole film as well, and he's got all of his shredded clothes, and he's got some teeth showing as well, underneath his mask,
and
just looks fucking.
They got the bit in the mask where I think it's the propeller from the boat in part 6. It's cut it off.
Yeah,
looks so cool.
Well, John Carl Buechler, the director, he is a makeup artist, so he's worked on Troll and Nightmare on Elm Street and lots of other things like that. So you can tell where his talents lie, basically. He also did work on Halloween 4.
Best looking jokes. On what? Halloween 4?
What makeup did he have to do in that film?
He gave in the hockey pad, probably, to wear.
Under his boiler suit. I was going to say, if he's responsible for that Halloween 4 mask, then fuck him.
Yeah. And those brogues.
This is the best Jason so far for me. It's the one I identify with the most. Way better clothing than the last film.
Oh, I know.
And also, I do like Kane Hodder's portrayal of him as well. I know a lot of people. There's it seems to be, from what I've been listening to over the years and that people hold him as the best Jason. He's the most famous one. He's the best one. But then there's also another half of the people who don't like him at all and think he's overrated, because of his slightly different kind of movements and actions and stuff. But I loved it because I thought he's the most aggressive. He seems to have emotion. He's breathing a lot. I think he even makes a grunt at one point, a sigh, and it's
he does that.
He just moves so well.
He does that heavy chest breathing thing, doesn't he? And he looks fucking looks really good when he does that.
Yeah.
So he came quite late to the franchise. He's the only person to play Jason twice. Have I got that right?
He plays him more than that, doesn't
he? We've got him for the next 4 films.
Yeah.
But I think nobody else has played Jason in subsequent films.
Do you mean more than once?
Yeah, more than once. Yeah. That's what I meant.
Cool. What do you two both think about him and his actions in this film? And sorry, I keep saying actions like it's as if the things that he's done, the way he's acting it, and his body movement and his motions and stuff.
Yeah, really good.
What do you think?
I think he's the best. He is the best Jason. Yeah.
I think this film is. I'd probably say he's the best in this film. It's just because the way he looks as well. In part 8, obviously Jason looks different, so I think maybe he's not as good in that one. But
yeah, big Hodder fans on this podcast. So Jason wakes up and he kills a couple who are traveling to the cabin party where all the teens are. So this is Michael. So he is the cousin of Nick, and it's his birthday party. And the girl is called Jane, and she gets stabbed through the throat. And how does he kill the dude? How does he kill Michael?
Is this the one where he puts his hand through his back?
No, that's the next couple. That's the next couple. They're the firewood. They're the ones who are in the tent.
Oh,
doesn't he impales him from the back or something like that? Because Tina keeps seeing visions of it throughout the rest of the film.
Oh, yeah. She get about the spike, isn't it? Yeah.
Fucking that spike can fuck off. That was just... that whole subplot involving that spike is just... Oh, my God. Yeah, honestly, those kills are pretty boring. So boring that we couldn't even remember them. Tina goes to the party next door, and we just meet the rest of these. They're just nothing. There's one guy who, I think it's his house, and he's complaining about everybody eating all his uncle's food, and I was like, yeah, real party atmosphere there, dude. Everybody's eating my uncle's food. Shut up.
There is one character that I like, though. It's the is he like the film student or something?
Oh, the sci-fi writer.
Yeah, I like him. Cool. He's got a really good line later on. Probably the best line of the film.
Well, he's a bit of a dick though, because later on he's like opening all the birthday presents himself, and I was like, dude, they're not yours. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but to be fair, at that point, he's just been sort of told that he was being tricked, kind of. And no one else is there. No one else has turned up, and he's pissed off. And he's just like, fuck it, I'm going to open these presents. It's great.
Well, he opens that penis enlarger, and it's a magnifying glass.
Magnifying glass.
It's funny because when you messaged me last night, Dan, saying you hadn't watched the film yet, and I hadn't watched it either, I was actually watching Austin Powers. It was almost the exact part where he was like, Swedish-made penis enlarger. That whole thing. And then when I turned this on to watch it, I was like, another penis enlarger.
So Tina starts having psychic visions of the couple that Jason just murdered, and it's just where she storms out of the house because they're taking the piss out of it, and they put his jacket on backwards and like, hey Tina, what's it like in the mental home? Is it?
Oh no, that's a bit later on, I think, because she overhears them like talking outside, I think.
That's it, right? Because she goes to I'll just talk about it now. Because she goes to see Nick, and she's like, where's Nick? I need him. And one of the girls is like, oh, I'm sure he'll turn up, but he's upstairs.
Yeah,
and then they take the piss out of Tina, so she runs off, and she runs out, and then Nick comes downstairs. He's like, Tina, wait! And instead of going after her, he's like, oh, there's a door here. How am I going to get through this? Like he just leaves it and lets her run off. I was like, you didn't try very hard there, mate.
No.
Yeah. So Tina starts having psychic visions of the couple that Jason just murdered, and she goes back to the house, right? And this is where we get the Spike subplot. So is it a spike? What even is it?
I don't know. I always just thought it was like a tent peg or something.
It looks like a shelf panel, like a
like an
like a shelf. Yeah, and it's embedded in the wall. And for some reason, this is really ominous and dangerous. And she's like, "Oh my god!" And then she goes back in, tells Dr. Cruz and her mum about what it is. So they come outside, and it's mysteriously gone. And it's like fucking like, so what? There's a bit of building material sticking out of a house. Like what?
It's because she saw Jason in her vision holding the spike and walking around their house area. And then when she actually saw it spiked in, that was when Jason spiked it in himself and went to get a machete.
But Jason didn't spike it.
So she went in.
Jason didn't
put the spike in there, did he?
He's not at the house.
No, it didn't show him doing it, but that's what he's done with it because she's seen him around that area. He's spiked it in to leave it there, maybe as a threat or whatever, and he's gone. And she has come out, and that's her proof that she's seen Jason or somebody.
I thought the doctor had done it to scare her.
Yeah, because later on when they go, I think when they find whoever's been killed by the spike later, then she picks up the spike there, and it's covered in blood.
Well, there's actually two spikes. One is in the doctor's drawer. Fucking hell.
Yeah. So this is what my thing is like, how the doctor's done it, like guessing that she would have had a thing about Jason with a spike. I mean, also, he was bang on, to be fair, but
he knows his patient.
Yeah.
But then also, when she goes out to show them, the spike is already gone, but the doctor was there. He kind of gone out to take the spike to come back in to come and see that it's gone. It's fucking. Do you know what?
And then inconveniently placed wall spikes.
Yeah.
It's messing up my podcast. I'm not happy with it. But then later on, when the mum finds it in the desk, she's like, "Oh my god, it's that spike!" It's like she's like, "You're just using Tina." It's like, how does that prove that he's a dickhead? How does that prove that he's evil? It's just fucking. That could be any sort of spike because the mum hasn't seen that spike. She doesn't know what it looks like, so she's like, "Oh, it's that spike from the wall that Tina saw. How have you got it?" It's like, how do you know that's what it is? Just. Anyway, right.
End of podcast.
Right, thank you, everybody. Bye. So we meet a camping couple who their dialogue is just painful to listen to. Oh God, this is giving me a migraine. This was. He's trying to bang her. She's like, "We need firewood." This is like a parody of Friday the 13th films. It's just so he goes off to go and get firewood. Now I do think these deaths were really fucking cool. Actually, this was quite fun.
I forgot about this first death, but when it cuts to like an over-shoulder shot of Jason, he's walking behind him like that. That was creepy as fuck. That's the first bit I liked about this film so far. Well, the second bit, but yeah.
So the dude is out collecting firewood, and as he's walking with the wood. Jason runs up behind him and punches him in the back, but his fist goes straight through him, which I thought was fucking really cool. Paul, what did you think of this?
Yeah, it was alright. I mean, this film does lack good deaths, apart from a couple. But that was to do with the censoring people. I can't remember their name. Who censored the shit out of it. I'm not sure if there is footage of the full death somewhere online, but I think there might be. But it was okay, yeah. And the next one is one of my favourites of the whole franchise. So this is just great.
Yeah. So Jason takes this dude's machete and he then kills the woman by slicing through the tent, dragging her out of the tent in her sleeping bag, and lifts her up and smashes her into a tree, swings it like he's Santa swinging a sack. And this kill was actually meant to be more violence. He was meant to like hit her against the tree several times, and she was meant to be like a bag of blood and gore at the end. But like you say, he got chopped down. But yeah, this was really fucking good actually.
So when he pulls the sleeping bag, right? So he's basically essentially got her by the head, right?
Yes.
So when he picks her up and he's whacking her against a tree, it's actually her feet that are hitting the tree. If you watch it back, and then obviously when he drops her, like heads her, and it's like fuck.
Yeah.
Is it really? Yeah.
Yeah, because remember he comes in from behind her, doesn't he?
I've got I just found the deleted death scenes, by the way.
Oh, are they on YouTube?
They're on YouTube, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna... Holy shit. This is so much better. Right, so he smashes her once, twice. Oh, he only does it twice, but like it was way more brutal than the film version. But absolutely excellent death. One of my favourite. Very inventive, And that's just like Jason using his like surroundings and just doing anything he can just to commit.
I think this is like one of the most iconic deaths from the whole series, right?
I'd say so, yeah. Definitely one of It's definitely the best one of this film, I think.
Do they redo that death for the remake by any chance?
It's in Jason X.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it Jason X?
He goes into the holodeck in Jason X and he's beating one girl to death with another girl in the sleeping bag.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
In the remake, I'm pretty sure he zips a girl up in a sleeping bag and hangs her over a fire.
Oh, he does, yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah. Fucking
burning fire, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if he hit her against a tree first or not.
Yeah, he might do, actually. We will get to that film. So, romance has sparked between Tina and Nick, which makes Melissa, the bully, jealous. So, like we said before, they mock her and say that she's going to be straitjacketed and committed. And Tina uses her carry powers to shatter Melissa's pearl necklace. Then she storms off, yeah. And she storms back to the house, and fucking Dr. Cruz is there, and she just launches this TV at him. It just comes flying across the room. So Nick comforts Tina, and for some reason, right, she says, I keep having visions of someone that's dead. I think it might be your cousin. Do you have a photo of him? And for some reason, Nick just carries a photo of his cousin around with him. Like, because I wasn't really... I was thinking, oh, he's going to get his phone out now and show her. And I was like, oh, well, no, this is the 80s. They didn't exist. But he's got, like, it's his wallet, but he's got, like, photo album in there. Like
the old Roy Burns wallet.
Oh god. Tina tells him that his cousin Michael is dead, and he takes this news just fucking hell. This acting just. Later on, when Nick sees Michael's dead body like wedged into the tree, like he's not sad. He's just like, oh no, my cousin is dead. And they don't even try and like get him down. They just leave him in the tree. It's like
she's like, I'm sorry, but we got to go. It's like, oh. This main guy, like, obviously no offense to him, but like, how do you reckon he got this role?
I don't know.
He's
anyone
quite handsome, isn't he?
He is good looking, yeah.
But to be fair, when they were casting this and auditioning people, they probably weren't looking for good actors at all. They're probably looking for people who they could pay
the least, yeah.
Quite a minimum, pay the least to, and if they look like they'd fit the part. But this guy, I can't remember his real name, Nick. He's in Days of Our Lives.
Yes.
I went through his IMDb just to see what he'd been in, and he's in over like 400 odd episodes of that, and that's huge in America, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not a program that ever came to the UK, I don't think, but it's massive in America. So he's probably got loads of money, and he's probably quite famous.
Now I see where they got the inspiration for Joey Tribbiani from, because he's like a very bad actor, isn't he? But he was in Days of Our Lives. So two more of these two more of these teens go for a midnight skinny dip. This guy is Russell, the guy that was complaining about everybody eating his uncle's food. He gets killed when Jason just bats him in the face with what I think is a machete. It looks like he hits him with a kosh or something. But
I think it's an axe, isn't it?
Is that what it is? Yeah, because he's got an axe mark in his face.
I quite like this death, but there's this point of view shot of Jason like looking down at this guy, and he's like backing up, like walking back. I just imagine them filming that, like, and action.
It looks like when the character in Lost sees the monster, and you see the monster's POV where it towers over them, and they're like, "Whoa!" But this dude, his acting's just awful. It's just like, oh.
It's dark. I love the sound effect and like the impact of the axe in his face. I think that's really good. But yeah, it's funny though. It shouldn't be funny, and it is funny.
Yeah, it's so bad it's laughable. Jason then drags the girl underwater and drowns her. Just pulls her down into the darkness. We don't see her ever again. Yeah. So
a nice shot from below her though. You know, obviously the director, like, we've got to get this one shot. I've got a vision.
I've got written down here as a side note. One of the girls in the house is mad that her boyfriend went to watch a film called Throngar. She's like really upset with him.
Is that what that whole argument is between those two?
Yeah, because the sci-fi dude is like Throngar, and then she's all like, "I can't believe you went to watch a film called Throngar," and she's like in a sulk with him for the rest of the film. It's like,
I thought he had gone to see it with another woman.
I don't think so.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't really paying attention. So, because I'm sure she said something like "How's Betty" later on or something like that. But I don't know. I
don't care enough. So we discover that Dr. Cruz has been hiding that spike in the office drawer all along, and he goes for a little midnight walk. You know, just leave the house in the winter. It's dead cold outside. I'll just put my nice city coat on. And he finds one of the dead bodies, Michael's dead body, stuffed into the tree. And this is where he sees that spike that has been used as a murder. Joe, I'm not talking about these spikes anymore. No, that's it. Right.
The whole scene of like he's walking through the woods and then he just like looks to his left and he's like, oh.
It's just off camera.
I don't know. And also, the lighting in this film, again, like no disrespect to the cinematographer or anything like that, but it's literally like they're not trying to hide the fact they've got a massive light in the woods pointing directly at them. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't look like nighttime in a sense.
No, I know. It
looks like a documentary sort of thing, yeah.
It's like a stage, isn't it? It looks like it's like they've lit it up like a stage play.
Yeah, it's not the best.
So Tina's mum discovers that Cruz plans to push Tina to her limits to reach her full psychic potential, and she's furious. And oh my god, the acting here again, it's just awful. Like Cruz is back in the house now after discovering that body and the spike. Like what was the point in having him leave the house? He's back in there for the next scene. And he doesn't mention the body.
I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, this woman's acting now, the mum's acting is oh god,
genuinely awful.
The mum, do you know who the mum reminded me of throughout this? Do you remember Masters of the Universe from 1987, I think?
The Dolph Lundgren one.
Karg. Yeah, the Dolph Lundgren film. The character Karg, who's got that like mad hair that goes back like that. It's like I could not stop thinking about that character in this.
There are some fucking choices for hairstyles in this film. So Cruz decides that Tina should be committed, and she overhears this, and she steals a car and immediately crashes it after she has a vision of Jason in the tunnel, and she then runs off into the woods. There's just no direction. There's no plot to this. There's no direction.
Yeah, it's not good. And they're in one house, then they're in the next one, then they're back in the other one, then they're in the woods, and then they're back in the house and back there. It's
very choppy. Right, so we get some more kills when Jason stalks this nerdy girl into a barn. She has been told that she's not good looking, but she's given herself like a massive makeover. She reminds me of Velma from Scooby-Doo. That's what I thought. She should have played Velma instead of her. Speaking of Velma, do you know the actress that plays Velma in the Freddie Prinze Jr., Sarah Michelle Gellar Scooby-Doo? Linda Cardellini. She is playing Mrs. Voorhees in the Friday the 13th TV series.
Oh my goodness.
Which should be out later this year.
I saw her in something the other week. Have you seen Green Book?
I only really knew her from Freaks and Geeks. I don't know if you ever saw that.
So Jason stalks this girl into the barn, and she hides in a crawl space and waits for Jason to leave, and then immediately leaves the crawl space, and Jason then just comes back and kills her with a sickle. It's like
we just go back a bit? So, like, obviously, this is the dumbest fucking part of the film, where she's, like, doing her makeup and stuff, and then she's like, oh, I'm gonna go find that guy now. And she just goes outside, and she's like, David, are you out there? And just starts looking. It's fucking so stupid. And also, I don't know.
David, are you out there in this barn, which I've never seen you before in my life?
But she goes, like, looking for him out. I swear she's doing her makeup. I swear she comes, like, out of the barn and then is just like, oh, he must be outside. She doesn't even check the house, I don't think. What is going on? Because he's in the house, isn't he?
Yeah, and she didn't know Nick was in there earlier. She's like, I'm sure Nick will turn up. It's like, well, he's in the house as well. Does this girl just not know who's in the house?
When they were writing the script, you'd be like, oh, so you come out of here and you're going to go looking for him in the woods, like, with no hint of him being out there or anything like that. And she goes, like, she wanders deep into the woods to find him. So stupid.
Yeah, there's so much lazy writing in this film. It's just, again, it's like as if you asked an AI to write a Friday the 13th film, and the characters just do stuff for no reason.
Yeah. There are bits in her death scene though where she's like looking through a gap, and Jason's like looking through the gap. I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
the old like the Halloween toilet stall scene, from H20.
Yeah, there are some good stylistic choices here, but again, it's just like they're so few and far between. It's so she's dead, and the next two to go are Ben and his girlfriend. She's forgiven him for going to watch Throngar, so they're having sex in the back of his van. Well, they hear a noise. Ben goes outside, and Jason crushes his head, and he kills the girlfriend by shoving a party horn right through her eye. It makes it sound like a clown nose, like huh? As it goes in.
I wonder if they decided, like, in the edit, the editor was like, oh, imagine if it did this, and they forgot it was in there. So, like, at the premiere, the producer's like that, looking over it, I'm like, what the fuck is that?
How did this get into the final cut?
Yeah, not very good.
Yeah, so Nick and Tina find Michael's body wedged into the tree, just like we mentioned before. Yeah, just leave him there. Yeah, fuckers. Back at the house, Tina realizes that Dr. Cruz. So Tina goes into Dr. Cruz's office, and she sees the spike on his desk. It's a fucking spike, man. And she's like, oh no, he knew all along. Like, oh my god, knew what? What did he know? It's unclear what he knows. Like, oh my god, this subplot is like. Tina has another psychic episode, and the entire house begins to tremble. Jason arrives. So Jason arrives at the other house now, and he kills. There's another couple having sex. This dude who's like meant to be a bit of a tough guy. Like he smokes weed. Yeah, he slicks his hair back. Yeah, all the ladies love him. The way this dude drinks beer earlier on, he just pours it like he's Stone Cold Steve Austin. But he's in the kitchen. It's like, fuck off, dude. Stop doing that for effect. Show it off. Paul, do you remember many years ago when we were at Download Festival, there was a dude who he woke up and he got a can of beer and he poured it onto his toothbrush and like brushed his teeth with beer. But he was making sure everyone could see him doing it. So I was like, whoa, that dude's brushing his teeth with beer.
Yeah, I remember we could see him through that hole in our tent that you couldn't see through from the outside, and we were just watching him like, what the fuck's he doing? But like he was looking around for people to watch it. He was like
oh, what a twat. So this dude goes downstairs to get a snack from the kitchen, and Jason gives him the old Bob from Halloween, knife to the stomach, which, yeah.
There was another good bit. I bought them on Blu-ray so you can really see everything like crystal clear. And I never knew this either, but when he's walking through, there's a wide shot from looking down into the whole kitchen, and the thunder goes off, and you can see Jason like stood in the corner. That was really that was like a Michael Myers-esque.
That was something I was going to bring up, but I didn't know which part of the film it was in.
Yeah.
And it was towards the end. But yeah, he's just like in the corner, and his mask just lights up. It looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
But the first thing I thought was that's way more of a Michael Myers thing.
Yeah, he wouldn't really do that, really.
Jason wouldn't hang around waiting to scare people and shit. But this is probably the best looking thing in this whole film. So
it's the
it gets a pass. Yeah.
And then the thing I don't like about this death either is obviously it's not very good death anyway. But then it cuts to this like stupid reaction shot of the guy, and it's just like dead comical. He's just like, ruined it even more.
Is this the dude whose head is severed later on? Because we see the head on the plant pot.
No, I think that's the sci-fi
the sci-fi dude, yeah. Let's talk about him. So the sci-fi dude, like we've mentioned, he's opening Michael's birthday presents like a knob, and he gets murdered when Jason sneaks up behind him. And what does Jason even do to him? I forgot.
I think he machetes and decapitates him, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, because he's got a severed head. Yeah.
Just before that, it shows him and Melissa in the bedroom, and he's trying really hard to get it going. She's just like not into it at all. And then she admits to him that she was only doing it so that Nick could find them and make him jealous. So he's like, I felt so sorry for this guy at this point. And he's just like, whatever, I can get over this. And he goes downstairs and, as you say, he starts opening the presents. He opens a card. He's like, all the best wishes, love, Melissa. And he throws it. He goes, cunt. Yeah. And just throws the card. I was like, whoa, that was great.
Yeah, I think that was the only thing to make Izzy gasp in the whole film, was that bit. She was like, I think it might be the first use of the C word in the franchise, right? Or the only one.
Yeah,
possibly.
Probably.
Yeah.
You don't hear that word that often, do you? No. You know, in films and that, because people do find it really offensive. So the less you hear it, the more it like catches you by surprise when you hear it. Because like we swear all the time, so it's not that different for us. But hearing it in a film it's a bit like seeing people smoke in TV shows and stuff. It's kind of like it takes you by surprise, you know, because smoking's so frowned upon these days.
So Robin is next, and so before her death, we get possibly the lamest cat jump scare ever. She literally just opens a cupboard and there's a cat in there and it jumps out on her, and it's like, what was that cat doing in there? She even says, you don't belong here, you know, David doesn't have a cat. It's like okay. None of this matters. Yeah, got it.
This is like the most budget bootleg version of the death in part 4. It's so shit. Like he chucks her out. What does he do? Does he push her out the window and then it just cuts to a dude in a wig and you can see him like jumping out. She's facing the other way, and then it doesn't even cut to like a shot from above, like from the window or anything like that. It just cuts. The cameraman's next to her is like, and jump on the floor. It's done so shit. It's like a proper, just like a budget version of the one in part 4.
It looks like when she's come out of the window, she's jumped by herself. Like she's decided to do this. Like, she doesn't look like she's been thrown.
Yeah, it's just crap. So crap.
Yeah, awful. Compared to how good that one in part 6 was. The one in part 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, where are we now?
We're nearly at the
good bit. So,
sorry, good bit.
So Jason encounters Dr. Cruz and Tina's mum arguing in the woods, and he chases after them. And fucking Cruz, like, he uses Mrs. Shepherd as a human shield. He just grabs her. He's like, hey, take her. Yeah. So that's the end of her. She just gets stabbed by, what is this thing Jason's carrying? It's like a hockey stick, but with like a blade on it. Looks like that thing Sub-Zero had in The Running Man. Cruz doesn't actually last much longer, so he has a final conversation with Tina, and she walks off again. Fucking everybody's everywhere in this film. And then Jason emerges. You just hear this hedge trimmer standoff. You just hear brum, brum, brum. Jason comes out with this hedge. This is a hedge trimmer, but it's like a death one. Like it's been made for like you say, The Running Man, because that can't be a real thing. That
I don't know what you'd use it for, but it's like a strimmer. So I don't know.
Yeah, but strimmers are usually like little pieces of wire that spin round really fast. This is like a ninja star on a motor.
The tools are like so sparkly brand new that he hasn't found that in like a shed. There. I don't know.
I was going to say, where did he even get it from? Like he just emerges out of the woods holding
Same place he got those spikes, obviously.
So he kills Dr. Cruz using this hedge strimmer thing, and this is the first time Jason has ever used a motorized mechanical weapon, because he usually just sticks to knives and stabbing weapons. I got a question for you. Where does the image of Jason with a chainsaw come from? Eminem?
What?
That's one. You know, a lot of people think Jason has a hockey mask
Simpsons,
and a chainsaw. Maybe The Simpsons as well, yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's also a parody film in the Blob remake, which has a hockey mask killer with a chainsaw, but I haven't seen that film in a while, so I'll have to double check. So there you go. First motorized weapon for Jason.
And also, this death as well, it does the same as the other one. It cuts back to the person dying, and they just pull, like, he goes like cross-eyed in it and like tries to look funny. He's like that.
I know what'll show that I'm in severe pain. I'll go cross-eyed. Yeah, that'll really convey to the audience.
It's just bad.
So Jason is standing in the road, ambushes Tina, but she has now seemingly got full control over her telekinetic powers, so she electrocutes him using overhead cables. She controls the trees, which wrap him up like he's in Harry Potter or something. They pull him down into this puddle, and then the cables electrocute him while he's in the puddle. I thought this looked really fucking cool, actually.
Yeah, I loved it too.
But obviously this doesn't kill Jason, so he chases Tina into the house, and then she starts like throwing furniture at him. She throws the couch at him, and the way it's filmed as well, because like somebody off camera has picked up the couch and like throws it at Jason. It looks really fucking ridiculous.
It's the same guy who threw the cat in part 2 through Alice's window.
She throws the plant pot at him as well, which contains the severed head, and which I thought was pretty funny. And when Jason chases her outside, she collapses the entire front porch on top of him. He's like, that Kane Hodder breathing, that angry breathing, and the whole thing just goes like fucking Wile E. Coyote.
I loved all these bits. This is actually like an enjoyable part of the film to watch.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I agree.
So Tina, Melissa, and Nick all regroup at Tina's house, and Tina is like, "Yes, I've killed Jason. He's no longer a problem." And I was like, "Fucking, no, you haven't, love." Like, what people have gone through to try and kill Jason. You've just like dropped an anvil on him.
Dropped
like,
some wood on him.
That ain't gonna do it.
Hit him hard with wood.
So Melissa thinks this is all one big prank or one big joke, so she's like, "I'm going back to bed. Nick, are you coming?" And then she opens the front door, and Jason is standing, towering over her, and he buries this axe right in her forehead, and he throws her across the room, right? And fair fucking play to this stunt woman, right? This throw, I even remember as a kid this being like so mad. Like, he throws her across the room, and she lands behind the TV, but like whoever is taking this dive, the stunt woman, like takes it like face first at like full power. It's fucking so good.
This is my second favourite of the film, and it stands out in the whole franchise because it's so funny. Just like after he launches the corpse across the room, it's so out of nowhere. It's just fucking great.
It's so violent. Fucking it rules. So we get some like bizarre slapstick now. Jason starts getting home alone. Like, he chases him upstairs, and like she swings this light bulb into his face, and it hits him, and he falls back down the stairs. But he doesn't roll down the stairs; he falls through the stairs. It was like watching Bottom.
When the light bulb smacks him in the face. You remember this, Dan? Do you remember when Dennis Rickman punched Phil Mitchell in EastEnders? Anyway, he smacks him and he just does this really loud exhale, like, as he's falling down. It just reminded me of that scene from EastEnders.
God, we used to laugh at that. We used to replay that so many times because it's like, and then Phil goes, as he goes. So Nick and Tina try to escape. Jason like emerges from under the stairs. He like knocks Nick out. He's about to kill him, like about to like stamp on him. But Tina uses her powers to save Nick, and she crushes Jason's mask, like tightens it up around his head, and like you can see all like the pus and gross shit coming out of him. And the mask smashes. So rest in peace to the OG mask. That was his mask from part 3.
Yeah, we
get a good look at Jason's face, which looks fucking amazing. It's it's horrible. It's so good. Best Jason look.
So well done, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's almost like skeletal looking, isn't he? Because his nose is like slowly just dissolved in the water.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, your nose is like no bone in it, is there? So like that part probably, if you're in water for that long, you would just rot away.
Yeah. Or it's been like eaten by like anything that's down there or something like that. It's fucking gross.
Yeah.
Looks
and
really
he's back to missing one of the eyes as well, which is canonical.
So Tina uses her powers. She uses the cables from the light fixtures to wrap around Jason's neck, and it lifts him up and hangs him, and then they drop him and he falls through the floor into the basement. But Tina gets dragged into the basement by Jason, and she uses her powers to fire nails at him, and she drenches him in gasoline, and she sets him on fire. Fucking this was so good, this final scene. I thought it was fucking really well handled. Why couldn't the rest of the film been like this?
I know.
So the house is on fire. Nick and Tina escape as the house explodes, and this explosion is fucking like insane. Like, was Dr. Cruz, was he like storing TNT in his office or something? Because this house goes up like it's fucking really great.
I've got a joke for you. Maybe he was storing wildfire in his house because Tina is the breaker of chains.
Ooh. Ooh, that's a good one. I've got written down here, the whole place goes up like King's Landing, yeah.
I was doing my Robert De Niro face then after the joke.
The house is blown up, but of course Jason is still alive, so he chases them both down to the lake, and he just sort of like gently pushes Nick into a boat. He's like, God, you lie there for a bit. You need to survive. You've got plot armor. You need to survive for some reason, even though we never see you again in the franchise. He just like pushes him down into the boat.
We do? Oh, not in the franchise.
Yeah, he's about to kill Tina, but before he can kill Tina, her dad, who is apparently now a ghost, emerges from the lake, smashes through the pier, and drags Jason down to a watery grave. Now, fucking hell, like, all the effort they've put into the makeup on this looks fucking cool. Like, her dad just looks like is he just wearing like a different, like a wig? He just looks...
Yeah, he's got like colour in his face. He looks great.
Yeah, it must be that healing water of Crystal Lakes, kept him fresh. Now, what is this? Is he a ghost? Has she resurrected him? Like, what is this?
She resurrected him, right? Like she did Jason.
I fucking don't know.
How did they not find his body in that shallow ass water?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah, they're talking like he was lost at sea, swept away for it never to be seen again. But he's literally down there in the pond, like what, 3-4 meters down?
Yeah. But it makes more sense for him to be like a zombie corpse like Jason, and she's resurrected him almost like she did with Jason.
Yeah.
For him to come back and protect her. But it doesn't make sense that his body would still be down there. But who fucking cares?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, so that's Jason being dragged under the water. Nick and Tina are taken away in an ambulance, and that's it. The film just ends there. There's no jump scare. There's no nothing. Just James, you sent the clip of this, didn't you? Nick's acting.
Yeah, this is my favourite bit of the film, where he wakes up and he's obviously, he's asked where Jason is, and then she's just like, "Oh, we took care of it," and then just roll credit. There's no. I think there was definitely a scene at the end or something, and they cut it for time or something like that, because it ends so abruptly.
It does.
That it's like a scene's been cut. It's not like.
I mean, the film's only 88 minutes.
It is very short, actually. But yeah, his acting in that scene is just like, why did they even put that in? It's like, oh god.
I'm just looking at the deleted death scenes, and there's a jump scare ending that they've cut out. So yeah, if you find it on YouTube, cut to like 4 minutes. The one that I'm watching is called Friday the 13th Part 7 Uncut Recut Death Scenes by Corey Stevens. There's this recess ass music playing. I'm going to do the music along with it. Bom, 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 bom. And it's this goofy ass dude in a fishing boat. He thinks he's caught something. He's like, yeah, right there. He's got a blue hat on. He's like, come on.
Oh yeah, I got it.
He's reeling his rod as fast as he can. He's pulling something up. He's caught a big, lovely fish. Big fish, actually. And he's like, the fish is in the boat wiggling around. He's looking at his murdered fish that he's just caught. And then Jason comes out and grabs him and pulls him in. And then the music goes. And that's the end. That's it.
Do you think it was a better or worse ending?
It's just a rip-off again, completely.
It just doesn't really matter. Really. It's funny. It's quite funny, actually.
So there you go. That was Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Who wants to go first? Anybody?
I didn't mind it that much. As we've been talking about it, though, I've realised that when you've been talking about some of the things that happened, I don't remember them. And I literally only watched this last night. And I watched it all the way through. No, I didn't go on my phone. I didn't have any breaks or anything. Yet I still didn't remember half the stuff you said. And I still couldn't remember anyone's name. I couldn't remember any of the deaths, really, because they were just so, apart from the sleeping bag and Melissa's death, they were just so boring and bland. But I did enjoy it at the same time. I think the telekinetic shit wasn't even the worst part. I mean, that was fine, On paper, that looks dumb as shit, but it was actually fine. It was the best part. They made the film entertaining. Kane Hodder's Jason was awesome. His costume was awesome. That sleeping bag scene was great. But that's about it. It's pretty standard. That's it for me. 4 out of 10, I'd give it. 4 out of 10.
James?
I don't know. Pretty much the same. I would give it 4 out of 10. And that 4 it only earns any points because of like how Jason looks in this film, I think. I think it actually would have been a way better film if they cut out all the cannon fodder, basically, and just had Dr. Cruz, Tina, the mum, and Jason there. And it was like more like not like The Strangers, but like, I don't know, just like creepier and just, I think it would have been way more thing. But I actually like the telekinetic stuff.
So what you're actually suggesting there, James, is if it wasn't if it was a completely different film.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Because you're suggesting a completely different tone, different motives, different script.
Yeah, the script, I think, is just let it down so much. Which, like you said, it's weird. It's like there's two separate films. The end, the last like quarter is actually really enjoyable to watch and like looks really good. They spent a lot of money doing the stunts and everything right. It's just like a different director took over like the last bit. But, so yeah, maybe 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10, maybe.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think there is the bones of a good film in here. But yeah, it was just. I mean, these films aren't high art anyway. But like, think about like, again, it was like watching a parody of a Friday the 13th film with the dialogue between them. You know, none of the characters were memorable at all. It was just But yeah, like I say, like Jason versus Carrie, that's such a cool idea. We could have got more of that. That would have been. I mean, the last quarter was really good with the action, but imagine if they'd have extended that to like the last third of the film. You know, as a Friday the 13th film, it's definitely my least favourite that we've covered so far by a large margin. Of course, I'm going to watch this film again at some point, but not for a long time. So yeah, out of 5, just maybe 2. Yeah. Paul, have you looked up any trivia for this film?
God, there's so much. There's like over 50. Oh God. Do you know what I realised though? I never look in like the other bits below it. So there's like cameo. Walt Gorney, the veteran actor who played Crazy Ralph, is the voice over, and there's a director cameo. John Carl Buccia there. He's the firefighter who picks up Jason's mask.
Yeah.
But that's not part of the trivia. That's just in like the lower part. Anyway, so I'll tell you what, play the jingle and I'll tell you a couple of things. Director John Carl, not saying his surname, has publicly fumed many times over the years about the number of edits required by the MPAA to avoid an X rating. The film had to be submitted 9 times to the Motion Picture Association of America before being granted an R rating, and it stands as arguably the most heavily censored entry in the whole series. So I am definitely going to have a little watch of that video. It's about 5 minutes long, so if you don't mind watching it too, and maybe we can talk about it another time. During filming, Kane Hodder's dressing room was a quarter of a mile down a dirt road. One night, filming ended at 2 a.m, and while still in his Jason costume, he decided to walk through the woods on a path to his dressing room. As he was walking, someone approached him and asked if he was with the movie. He didn't reply because he thought it was a pretty stupid question to ask. As he was standing there in full Jason costume, when the man asked again, Kane took a little lunge at him and grunted. The guy took off, tripping and running. The next day, director John Carl told Kane that the local sheriff was supposed to stop by, but he never did.
That's cool.
That is cool, yeah. If it's true, you never know. This film was originally intended to bring horror icons Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger together on screen for the first time. However, when Paramount Pictures, which at the time held the rights to Friday the 13th, and New Line Cinema, Freddy, couldn't agree behind the scenes, and the script was rewritten to pit Jason up against the telekinetic Tina Shepard instead. And then the crossover wouldn't happen for another 15 years, Freddy versus Jason, which, spoilers for that when we do it. I love it. Fucking love that film. 1988 was the first year in which all 3 of the top 10 horror series, Halloween, Friday the 13th, and A Nightmare on Elm Street, all released new films in the same year. Kerry Noonan, who played Paula in Friday the 13th Part 6, read for the role of Tina when she thought the title was Birthday Bash. She quickly realised that it was Friday the 13th film and confessed that she'd starred in the last movie, so they didn't cast her. She should have just gone with it and then we'd have had seen her in it. This film set a record for the longest uninterrupted on-screen controlled burn in Hollywood history. To accomplish this effect, they used a rigged apparatus to actually capture the ignition on film. In that moment, you're actually watching Kane Hodder truly being set on fire. An effect which normally accomplished at the time via trick photography. Hodder stayed on fire for a record-setting 40 seconds.
There you go. Dedication to his craft.
It shows that that's one of the best scenes in the film.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that because that's like a high note. And
we want to stop talking about this film, so yeah.
I want to get off this and go and watch Part 8 already.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's the end of the episode. We will see you next time for Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. We'll also find out Paul's dealer's choice on that episode as well. Oh, it's come around so quick, isn't it?
Oh my god, it has come around quick, yeah.
I'm well excited for that. Because, like, as much as I like these films, it's very, very repetitive, isn't it?
You're telling me.
Talking about the same thing. And this one, because it wasn't as good, it felt fucking hard to watch and hard to get through. But I cannot wait for the dealer's choice, because I've got 2 films I'm choosing from, and I think you'd both like them, but Dan, one of them might be a bit scary for you.
If it's got any spiders in, I ain't watching it. So I ain't watching Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal. That's one of the ones you've got in mind.
Arachnophobia.
Fuck that. Right, we'll see you next time, everybody. Thank you for listening. Goodbye and good night.